Infosys and TCS. These are among the many Indian IT companies giving global giants a run for their money. India's IT sector boom has been a badge of honor for the country. It established India as a business-friendly and lucrative destination where everyone could realize their full potential. Now, another sector is on the cusp of a boom in India, and it promises to overtake the IT sector very soon. We're talking about India's SaaS sector. Not many know about it, but the sector's growth is simply mind-boggling and it will reap incredible benefits for the Indian economy. Hi and welcome. You're watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Tribhuvan, and in this video, I will tell you why Freshworks Nasdaq win is just the start and how SaaS startups are the next big thing in India after IT. Let's begin. Indian startup Freshworks Inc. is a software as a service, also known as SaaS company, that has become the first of its kind Indian SaaS company to get listed on the US stock exchange Nasdaq. It raised $1.03 billion from its IPO. The company issued its share at $36 per share. It registered a growth of over 32% growth on the very first day and was trading at $47.55 per share at the end of the day. With the listing, 10% of Freshworks employees became crorepati's. Out of 500 employees becoming crorepati's, roughly 70 are below the age of 30. India has the third largest startup ecosystem, with the valuation running in billions of dollars for more than 50 of the startups. As reported by TFI, more than 50,000 companies have been registered as startups under Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. While the IPO success of Freshworks brought a smile to the face of all, the fact that the SaaS sector is about to overtake the IT sector of India shortly was given a miss by many. The SaaS sector of India pacing ahead of the IT sector is a story that must be told. Software as a service, or SaaS, is a software licensing and delivery model in which software is licensed on a subscription basis and is centrally hosted. SaaS is also known as on-demand software and web-based, web-hosted software. SaaS is considered to be part of cloud computing. This service allows businesses and companies to make use of softwares for a variety of reasons, from managing customer-company relations to ensuring early resolution of disputes. Companies can make use of SaaS to digitally streamline and hasten their service, thus creating a booming business environment. SaaS has been incorporated into the strategy of nearly all enterprise software companies. Global IT and research firm Gartner forecasted that software as a service remains the largest market segment on public cloud services and is forecast to reach $122.6 billion in 2021. India is fast emerging as a leader in the SaaS sector. For India, the success of its IT sector has been a story to tell around the world. Now, the SaaS sector promises to outgrow the IT sector itself, and the effects of the same on the Indian economy will be tremendous. According to an estimate by consultancy firm Zinnov, in the last 5 years, for example, the number of active SaaS companies has doubled to more than 1,000, and the revenues of the sector have grown fivefold. According to a report by Forbes, between 2025 and 2030, the software product companies from India will surpass the IT service sector by market value. The market value of India's cloud software companies could touch as much as $1.8 trillion by 2030 if they grow aggressively. Forbes quoted a study by two firms, Shirate and Zinnov, which found that Indian cloud software companies could cater to 10% of the global SaaS demand at current growth rates of about 50% every year. Even better, if the SaaS sector of India can push itself a little further and acquire a growth rate of 70% every year, it could even grab almost a fifth of the global demand. Over the next 5 years, the SaaS sector of India could go on to employ 2 lakh people from the current 50,000. Furthermore, given the sector's growth in India during the same period, its revenue is expected to rise from about $5.3 billion to between $42 billion and $75 billion. What is also acting as a catalyst for the Indian SaaS sector is the fact that the business environment and massive talent pool in the country help keep overall costs down compared with the larger multinational rivals. The rise of Indian SaaS companies is also drawing multinational companies to India, who want to be the part of the success story which is set to blossom in the next 5 to 10 years. In 1998, the Indian IT sector contributed 1.2% to the GDP. By 2017, the figure rose to 7.7%. According to NASSCOM, the sector aggregated revenues $180 billion in 2019, with export revenue standing at $99 billion and domestic revenue rising to $48 billion, growing by over 13%. As of 2020, India's IT workforce accounts for 4.36 million employees. India's IT sector boom came in after the 1991 reforms. In the early 2000s, the sector received a much-needed impetus with the Information Technology Act of 2000, National Broadband Policy of 2004, and Special Economic Zone, also known as SEZ Act of 2005. Indian IT companies have set up thousands of centers within India and around 80 countries around the world. The Modi government is propelling the rise of India's SaaS sector, much like how the Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government had strived towards pushing India's IT sector growth. The Modi government launched two programs, Startup India in August 2015 and Stand Up India in April 2016, to utilize the unearthed entrepreneurship skills ingrained in Indian society. Praveen Bhadada, managing partner for emerging technologies at Zinnov, told Forbes India there are about a dozen unicorns in the sector today and another 150 to 200 companies that are small but growing strongly, with revenues ranging from $1 million to anywhere between $10 million and $50 million. Rohit Chaudhary, co-founder and CEO at Ekel Data, said that while much of the Indian SaaS sector is focused on the US market, there are also highly specialized companies that are emerging, which are finding customers in India. We work with 5 telcos in India and Asia Pacific. The hero of the day, Girish Mathrubootham, who is the co-founder and CEO of Freshworks, told Quartz, being a public company is not about doing an IPO. It's about being successful year after year. He added that to be a part of world-class athlete in the SaaS space, Freshworks has to perform and train and stay disciplined. Manav Garg, co-founder and CEO of Eka Software Solutions, has his eyes firmly set on one goal. He is eyeing to overtake global SaaS giants like Salesforce. As he said, I think, for me, the key would be now from here. Once you have proven this thesis that Indian businesses can be global, how do you convert a company into an institution? Therefore, whether we can rival Salesforce, definitely I don't think that's even a question. India's SaaS sector is one to watch out for. Its story has just begun and is already promising to be one of the biggest in India.